My name is Ngwi-Menyi Taka, and today I want us to have a very honest conversation about African marriages. Not the social media version, not the wedding day version, but the real realities many African couples experience behind closed doors. Because the truth is this: African marriages are beautiful. They are rich in culture, family values, community, respect, tradition, and deep sacrifice. But African marriages also carry many silent struggles that people are often afraid to talk about openly. And until we begin having honest conversations, many families will continue suffering silently. One of the biggest realities in many African marriages is this: people are taught how to get married, but not how to stay emotionally connected after marriage. From childhood, many people grow up hearing, "Marriage is important. Respect your husband. Take care of your wife. Build a family." But very few people are taught how to communicate emotionally, how to heal conflict, how to handle emotional pain, how to build emotional intimacy, how to listen, how to apologize, or how to protect mental and emotional health inside marriage. And because of this, many couples enter marriage emotionally unprepared. Another painful reality is this: many African couples carry enormous pressure from extended family expectations. Sometimes marriage stops feeling like a relationship between two people and starts feeling like a community project controlled by many voices. Parents interfere, siblings interfere, relatives interfere, traditions interfere, and many couples struggle to build emotional intimacy because boundaries are weak. Some husbands are emotionally torn between pleasing their wives and pleasing their families. Some wives suffer silently trying to fit unrealistic cultural expectations. Some couples lose emotional connection because they spend more time managing outside pressure than nurturing each other. Another major reality is this: many African men were raised to suppress emotions. They were taught, men don't cry, men must be strong, men must not show weakness. As a result, many husbands struggle expressing emotional vulnerability. Some love deeply, but do not know how to communicate emotionally. Some provide financially, but remain emotionally distant. Some are silently stressed, exhausted, and emotionally overwhelmed, but were never taught healthy emotional expression. And sadly, many wives begin feeling emotionally neglected, not because love does not exist, but because emotional communication is weak. Another painful reality is this: many African women carry overwhelming emotional and physical burdens silently. Working, cooking, cleaning, raising children, managing extended family expectations, supporting husbands emotionally, handling finances, sacrificing personal dreams. And yet many feel unseen, unappreciated, emotionally exhausted, and lonely inside marriage. Some wives are physically present in marriage, but emotionally drowning silently. Another major issue affecting African marriages today is economic pressure. Life has become expensive. Financial stress destroys emotional peace in many homes. Research consistently shows that financial pressure is one of the leading contributors to marital conflict worldwide. And in many African homes, financial struggles create constant arguments, stress, emotional distance, resentment, and exhaustion. Some couples stop nurturing emotional intimacy because survival becomes the priority. Another reality people rarely discuss openly is emotional loneliness inside marriage. Many African couples stay together physically, but emotionally disconnected. They function as parents, providers, or roommates, but friendship slowly disappears. And because many cultures discourage open emotional discussion, people suffer silently for years. Another painful reality is this: some African marriages prioritize appearance over emotional health. People are sometimes pressured to endure at all costs, even in emotionally damaging environments. Now, endurance is important, commitment is important, but emotional health matters too. Peace matters too. Healing matters too. Mental wellness matters too. A healthy marriage should not destroy people emotionally. Another important reality is this: technology and social media are changing African marriages rapidly. People now compare their marriages constantly to unrealistic online lifestyles. Social media creates pressure, temptation, comparison, and dissatisfaction. Some couples no longer appreciate real life because they are comparing their imperfect reality to somebody else's edited highlights. And comparison quietly destroys gratitude. Another painful issue is lack of emotional healing. Many people carry unhealed childhood trauma into marriage. Some grew up around violence, neglect, fear, harsh parenting, or emotionally unavailable homes. And without healing, people often repeat unhealthy patterns unconsciously. That is why emotional healing is becoming more important than ever in African marriages. Another reality is changing gender expectations. Traditionally, roles inside marriage were more clearly defined culturally. But modern life has changed many things. Women are educated. Women are ambitious. Women are financially independent. Men are facing new emotional and economic pressures. And many couples are struggling to redefine partnership in healthy ways. Some men feel threatened. Some women feel unsupported. Some couples are fighting over power instead of building teamwork. Healthy marriage is not about competition. It is about partnership. Another important reality is this. Many African couples are starving emotionally. Not because they do not love each other, but because nobody taught them how to nurture emotional intimacy intentionally. Nobody taught them how to reconnect, how to communicate deeply, how to resolve conflict peacefully, how to become emotionally safe for each other, or how to protect friendship after children, stress, and responsibilities arrive. And yet, despite all these challenges, African marriages also have extraordinary strength, deep resilience, strong family bonds, commitment, sacrifice, community support, spiritual foundations. The problem is not that African marriages cannot survive. The problem is that many couples are trying to survive modern pressures with old emotional tools that no longer fully work. That is why this generation must begin learning healthy communication, emotional intelligence, self-care, healing, boundaries, mental wellness, and intentional emotional connection. Because marriage should not merely survive culturally, it should thrive emotionally too. The goal is not simply staying married while suffering silently. The goal is building peaceful, healthy, emotionally safe, deeply connected homes. Homes where love feels alive. Homes where children witness emotional health. Homes where both husband and wife feel valued, heard, respected, and emotionally supported. And this begins with honest conversations like this one. If this message spoke to your heart, please like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who needs it today. And if you want deeper guidance on emotional healing, intimacy, communication, self-care, and rebuilding connection in marriage, I encourage you to read my book, From Distance to Desire: Healing Intimacy, Restoring Trust, and Rebuilding Love in Marriage, by Ngwi-Menyi Taka. Available now on Amazon. Because African marriages can heal, families can heal, and love can still survive when people become intentional about protecting emotional connection through every season of life.